Alright, today we're going to be making Mount Beanpole from Super Mario 3D World. Also, this video is a collaboration between me and several other YouTubers, those being Videogame Miniatures, Isabelle's Drafting Table, Kerobyx, and Clueless Crafts. As you can see, we all made Mario-themed creations. All of their channels will be linked in the description. Anyway, let's get into it. So when it comes to 3D Mario games, I feel like there's generally two types of level design philosophy. The first type of level is the kind that errs on the side of realism. Basically, it's the kind of levels that feel like they could be real places. A good example of this kind of level would be like Jolly Roger Bay from Mario 64, or like any of the main stages from Mario Sunshine. But then you have the second type of level design, which is basically the opposite. These types of levels tend to be, I guess, more abstract. They tend to feel less like a real location and more of like just a series of random floaty, blocky platforms. These would be stages like Rainbow Ride, or pretty much any of the levels from the 2D Mario games. The reason I bring this up is because out of all the 3D Mario games, I feel like 3D World commits most to this second type of level design, where everything just kind of feels blocky and artificial, which tend to be a bit easier to make with clay, since there's not as much like realistic architecture to make. As you can see so far, it's mostly just been like making and stacking simple shapes. And as you can see, I just added some stripes to the dirt part of the platform. I assume these stripes are to represent the different layers of dirt. So at this point we're pretty much done with the main platforms. We're just gonna finish piecing them together. So it's probably not as noticeable on video as it is in person, but these platforms are looking a bit dirtier than usual. Just a lot of dust that was sticking to them. So we're gonna do a trick that I do sometimes where we get a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol, and just clean that clay up a little bit. The next thing we're gonna make are these like little mushroom tree things, and we're doing a trick that I usually do for trees or really skinny platforms, where I chop up a paper clip and use that as the basis for the tree trunk. It's almost like we're giving it a metal skeleton. It's like some Terminator type stuff. But what would a mushroom tree be without the mushroom cap, which is what we're doing next. Now it's time to make the little stripes on the mushrooms. I'm gonna be using a Sharpie instead of clay. I think drawing it on with a Sharpie is gonna be a little bit easier than making the stripes with clay, cause these things are tiny. Like not even a quarter of the size of my fingernail. I think as the viewer, it's easy to forget just how tiny some of these clay models can be, cause in the video everything's always like zoomed in, so it probably feels a little bigger than it actually is. And for those of you who know, you've probably already noticed, but this isn't the entire stage. This model is based more around the little like level select version of the stage. I just thought it would be cool to make something that's like more complex than an enemy or an object, but not quite as daunting as making an entire map. It feels like a nice little in-between. Anyway, after adding these last few details, we're all finished with Mount Beanpole. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to check out the other people who participated in this collaboration. That's all for now. Peace.